All right, now we can start rocking and rolling. And as I was just saying too, yeah, Hawk, MARPS, this one ran in the past too. A long time ago. I think I seen some news on nickel. They halted nickel or something. Yeah, we were talking about MARPS in the Discord way back 2020. 2021, it's popped up a few times. Energy stocks, man. Energy stocks. But looks like right now, all the energy stocks are halting to the downside. Yep. MARPS halted downside. IMPP halted downside. Watch for INDO. Oh man, look at BTU. I promise you guys, today I am going out and I am buying a new mouse. I keep saying every day I got to get a new one. I just haven't been to the store. The wheel on my mouse is screwed up. It's just seen its days. We may see a bounce here on BTU. Let's see here. So it sold off from 28 all the way down here to 20. And it's trying to gear up right now. So I think if we start breaking up over this previous day's close, right here at 22, we could start pushing up here to about 23.50. It tried to bounce yesterday, but I mean, that's a good bounce from 22.50 up here to 26. That's a $4 rip there, but it got denied. Let's draw out our retracement. Remember, sharp stabs usually are a bullish sign. Prices got rejected down that low, so if we can hold up BTU, I would say at around this 21.50. If we can hold up in this level, we got a good shot. This can run up to potentially 24. So that's $3, $2 upside. That's BTU. See, the way I'm thinking with this, you guys, BTU collapsed and fell yesterday. And then yesterday, all of these other energy names popped off. So if these all start failing, BTU may do the opposite. INDO is going to need to hold up at 60. Damn, Funko really took a turn for the worse, didn't it? FNKO, look at that. After they put earnings out here. This was really looking good on the daily chart, but it just... Yeah. This is what we were looking at on the daily chart. it was in a range for the longest time and it was gapping up out of that range with earnings. Now look at it, it fell right through. So this idea went straight in the trash. HUSA just reopened. You know, they may squeeze it up, you guys. They may squeeze it up. It is pulling back pretty tightly. I hate that it pulls up that right there. Yeah, let it do its thing. Let it pull back. We still got BTU. Look at that. There's that push over 22. So far, so good on BTU. Yeah, let all those other names, INDO, HUSA, MARPS, let all those fail. Because we know everybody's watching those. And now BTU with this up and running here, everybody's going to run over to this one. This one failed yesterday as all the other energy names ran. So now if all the hot energy stocks that ran yesterday are failing, you get where I'm going with this, you guys? So BTU, first level it will run into is 23. Potential for it high, 24. It may push up higher because energy's just been stupid hot. Oh yeah, and then don't forget about our SG from yesterday. I put that on. It was a good swing, but volume's super light on it. It held up at our 26. USEG. Yeah, USEG's halted up. So far, so good on BTU. So it looks like I had the right idea. That's good. With SG, real quickly, you guys, this is a restaurant stock. It's not anything, it's not even relevant to any of the energy names, but we seen yesterday that this was setting up real nicely, and even on the bigger time frames, it's moving up to its range. Resistance up here at 2750s. We said as long as it would hold up above 26, it's looking pretty good. And if we get over that 50-day moving average at 2750s, this thing, I could see it pushing to about 30 bucks. 30 bucks or higher. But with light volume stocks like this, you have to focus on areas of interest. So yesterday, $26 was an area of interest. This thing was up here at 2750. Right before the close, it flushed out down to 26, and now look, it's right back up to its highs. Like, not even phased out. So these light volume stocks, you gotta be a little bit more flexible with them, I would say. You can't be a tightwad with light volume stocks. Focus on the big picture at hand. So BTU still setting up. If we can continue to build off of 2650, we're looking good. Now BTU running up, testing 23. I would say a pullback down and hold up at like just above that blue dotted line, 22, 25, 22 area. We need to hold that up and build up off that for a continuation up. USEG, yeah, that was a good one, man. Up at all-time new highs. Or hold up. Back in 2020, it was up at a high. The high up there at like 17, 18 bucks. Yep, HUSA popped off yesterday. That one's still pulling back pretty tightly. They may squeeze it later on. If it continues to pull back super tightly like this, it's going to surge over this trend line later on. And then, of course, we still have SKYH. Look at this. It's still running up and doing its thing. So SKYH is still going supernova. This thing ran yesterday from $18 all the way up to $33. So I think it's safe to say, you guys, March Madness is holding up to its name. Oh, and then look at our SG. Look at that explosion. It's exploding up over that 50-day moving average. So 30 bucks, here we come. So this swing trade is working out quite well. 30 bucks is my target on SG. Here's 29. Exploding up over that 50-day moving average on the daily chart. Hopefully, I know the only person that was in here yesterday when I was streaming around afternoon was JV Matra, and we were both putting together a plan on this, and he was picking up options on this stock. So hopefully he's taking profits on it. I don't see him in here this morning. And BTU, go back to that one real quickly. Yeah, this yeah, I like this SG. Beautiful move on SG. So BTU so far Pulls right back to my green line there. We're building up off of that, looking good. The overall sentiment is bullish. We're going to get a push up here to 2350s. BTU's got a lot of room to bounce, you guys. Plenty of opportunity on it. While all of these other... So look at... We always try to stay one step ahead of everybody else. BTU sold off all day yesterday, while all the other energy stocks ran. So now that all the other energy stocks, they're all down in the gutters right now. And that's where everybody has their focus and attention. You've noticed I haven't pulled up or talked about HUSA, INDO, IMPP. They're all overcrowded. They all are. This is where the smart money's at, you guys. BTU. Look at how much volume's in on it. So if this continues to keep pushing, everybody's going to gravitate over to this and think of it as the seagulls, like we talk about. See, we're testing 23. So you always want to be one step ahead of the volume. Think of volume like these seagulls, you guys. If you can plan out and think ahead before the mob, that's where you're in the money. Because we already know people like to chase after high of day breakouts. They have their momentum scanners all set up. Wow, USEG still going. So they reopen it. And just as see, it got halted at this level right here, 1075, and when they reopened it, it pulled back and it held that halt level. Slap a trend line on it. We continue to hold that trend. This thing will get a ramp to the upside, and that'll be the grand finale. So BTU, it'll find resistance like just under this trend line. 20, just under 25. And our 50% is right there at 24.25. So just to play it safe, I would say 24. United States energy is still going. Wow, that's nasty on NINE. That thing straight up failed, my man. It got halted right here at 750, and when they reopened it at 813, and it instantly flushed out down into another hole. Huge seller, possibly. Let this one set up. Maybe later on it goes parabolic. If enough demand keeps pushing into it. But as of right now, we need to be focusing on the stocks that are performing. BTU, USEG, and SKYH. Good push here, BTU. We were right on it, you guys. We were right on the money. I bet nobody had BTU on the radar going into the open. How many of you guys had BTU on your radar? Nines halted to the upside. That stock's too random, man. That's crazy. Too random. Doesn't know what the hell it wants to do. USCG's up at 14 bucks. It's a $5 run. Look at all the volume pumping into this bad boy. I'd focus on BTU. This is the safest play as of right now. It was on my second screen. Past few days. Just people forget about it. Yeah, the SPY is getting wrecked. Yep. I got into a discussion last night in that stock market group I was telling you guys about on Facebook. People were talking about buying Apple because they're about to be putting out earnings or new products, I think today or tomorrow. And they were talking about buying before the press release or the news came out. And that's just straight up gambling. But people were talking about how Apple just put out blowout earnings the last time. And how this time it's going to be new products they're announcing. And they're saying it's for sure going to gap up. or run when they put that out. And I'm like, I don't know, man. The market's been getting beat down and it looks like it's going to sell off even more. I think Apple's going to just free fall, be honest with you guys. It's going to fall all the way down to that 50-day or 200-day moving average on the daily. We're going to make a new low in the market because we've been trending down. So we know that, like, if we look at the S&P 500 here, all of 2022, we've been trending down in this trend line. This trend, we've been trending down. Overall, though, this is healthy for the future, you guys. We're getting a nice, healthy retracement in the indexes. So my idea and what I think, if we continue to do this all of 2022, we're setting ourselves up for the future to continue pushing up higher. You don't want to see markets just completely tank and fall off the earth. A steady, gradual break like this, pulling back, and the way you look at it, this whole time right here, we're pulling back. You could be accumulating every week. So if you're working a job and you're just every week you contribute, let's say 20% of your paycheck into the SPY, this whole time you're just accumulating every week as it's down here. Do that as we retrace for a year, and then going into next year when we start to rebound and push back up, you're still contributing. So it's like you're doubling it. You're putting in 40% of your check every week, and you've already put in the work. And then that's when in the future, it's just the compound effect, and you're just going to shoot up in profits. And then if you have it in there for about, look at here, we'll look at the monthly. We've talked about this many times before, you guys. Look at here, back when that financial crisis happened. If you kept investing right there when that was all, look at that 10-year run up right there. That's a phenomenal return. Phenomenal. So that's why it's best with these indexes and the SPY. The long term is going to pay out down the road. The markets are designed to continue to push up. And with that being said, with the SPY trending down like this and we're in a confirmed downtrend, stocks like AAPL, Apple, they're going to follow the indexes. So this, look at it. You can easily draw a line out on it. We're in a confirmed downtrend. So this thing's going to continue to keep falling probably. All right, here we are on BTU. We're about to be touching our target up there at 24. Beautiful. Beautiful, you guys. First half hour of the day. Nice $1.50 run up on BTU. $2, $2.50 run up. Awesome, Frank. Awesome. It's a nice payday, my dude. Yeah, I'd be selling into this push up here on BTU. We're getting pretty far gone. Lock in those profits, and we're working our way up to the trend line up here. I mean, it may run up 25, 25.50. That's a run. But just remember to lock in profits along the way. Pay yourself. Don't be a greedy pig. I'll take a snapshot of this and show it to you guys of what happened. A lot of comments on it too. Yes, sir, man. That's what we're all here for, dude. I was able to get in on that BTU as well. This was a confident trade. As soon as I seen it hold up at our first level this morning, that 22.25, and it was pushing back up to its highs and pulling back, I was getting in. It's all about big picture ideas. That's gonna, I've been calling it, and you guys know that. This year, the theme is gonna be big picture ideas. We're not in a market no more right now where scalping and momentum trading is paying out. It's all in big picture ideas and focusing on the big picture trend type plays. That's where the money's at. And even myself, you guys, I'm getting better and better and better and better at this. I mean, energy stocks, they just heated up and just kept going and kept going and kept going. Before you knew it, they were going full parabolic. So those were kind of hard to continue to hold because they've just kept going and going and going. Yeah, out of all the stocks that are up right here, everything, the only thing really that's been pushing up is BTU, this EOSE, and that's it. Or no, USEG too. 3 out of the 15 charts here. Let me post this for you guys real quick. I'll show you. This is what we were talking about yesterday in that Facebook group. And I'm no expert on large cap stocks, you guys. I mean, to me, this is just common sense. So this, give me 1 second, guys. I got a phone call. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. So, as I was just saying, I'm no expert in large cap stocks, but this is just, for me, logical thinking. You want to try to think outside the box versus everybody else. And this person said, anyone planning on buying Apple before their Wednesday announcement this week? Which, to me, if you're buying in before a company is announcing something or announcing earnings, to me, that's straight up gambling, because you don't know how that stock is going to react to whenever they announce what it is they're announcing. You never, just because they put out good news doesn't mean the stock necessarily has to react positively. So it's ultimately a 50-50 gamble. That's the way I look at it. And there's people in here saying that they've put out blowout earnings their last quarter and they're putting out new products with this announcement. So maybe by history repeating, they've noticed every time they announce products, the stock likes to gap and run. And I just said, let me ask, so you buy just a few days before a company releases earnings, not knowing how the stock will react. Sounds like straight gambling to me. Am I crazy for thinking this? And someone said it's called stepping in versus all in. If someone tells you a solid company with an incredible track record is going to 200, 210 by the end of the year, it's more than being in versus picking a bottom. Its last bottom bounce was 159.69. It's there now. Yes, you're crazy. Earnings were released last month. A blowout quarter. Tomorrow they will announce new products. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this too. With due respect, you seem to understand nothing of the business. And I said, your money, not mine. I've been doing this for 7 years. I will always think differently than everyone else. So it's today they were supposed to put out and announce new products. BTU just fell below that trend line, so it cracked. Everybody's going to be selling probably. And a healthier retracement back down to about 23 on BTU. Let's see. I don't see no news about new products. All I see is South Korea approves rules on App Store law targeting Apple and Google. But no matter what, the way the SPY, it's getting just drilled. It is pulling back now 2 straight days. It is almost at the bottom of its trend. So in essence, what it is, they're buying the dip to sell for that rebound. But the thing is, buying the dip hasn't been working for a lot of people. Just, if anything, I would say be very observant, you guys. Just be very observant of what people talk about and how they perceive the market. You can really learn a lot from it. I know I have. And it's hard to get on a lot of these sites and see what people are talking about. And then you put your opinion in and people just shit all over your opinion. But that's stock speculation at its best. That's why I always tell you guys, study, 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 break down charts, obsess over them, because you're going to see things differently than everybody. You guys are going to see things differently than I do. I'm going to see things differently than you do. So it's all about how you perceive the information in front of you. And then you put together your own plan. It's a gamble with favorable odds, but still a gamble. Yeah, I like that reply, old army guy. I have found when money is involved, people get very cult-like. Go on stock twits, just any stock. It's like a religion to believe in your company. It's the American dream to fall in love with companies. People want to invest and find that next needle in the haystack, right? So yeah, I get what you guys are saying, and you guys all witnessed it when AMC and GameStop ran. Remember? Look at all the cult followings AMC and GameStop has. Still to this day, they're preaching about a short squeeze. And where's AMC at? Let's take a look. I haven't checked up on AMC in a minute. This thing's down at $14. This thing got pooed on. but it may have a nice rebound on it. It may, but the thing with it is, are you going to tie up your money for 2 years? Huh? But at the end of the day, most people who own this stock, what do they have? Maybe like 10 shares of it. Nothing crazy. I really learned to care about what I am doing. I find myself spending to look and do my own due diligence and plan. Then someone come along with his analysis and skew my way of thinking. And if I just stuck to what I believe, I would have been better off. At least I can say I was wrong and right. Anything can happen. Shit, China could go all in on something could happen to Apple business nobody knows. Why I never recommend my ideas or really pay attention to other. I might read look, but I do what I am going to do, right or wrong. Nobody will be able to take that from me. And really things turned around for me at that moment. Nailed it right on the head, man. You too as well, Frank and old army guy. Yeah, you guys are on the right. You guys slowly start to understand as you start learning this game why I go about teaching you guys to think for yourself and put together your own ideas, because you guys are gonna look at what you're doing now. You're picking up on patterns and things that you feel comfortable with versus me saying, hey guys, we got a nice trend going on here. Let's put together an idea and I'm gonna say buy here and sell there. That's not fun. And then I go on vacation, you're left alone, you blow up your account. You want to be self-efficient. That's the whole idea. So you look at SG, pulled back to our green line here, 2750s, pushing right back up to new highs. My fucking lines are fucking to the T. Nobody ain't got shit on my lines. And it all comes from you guys just focusing on areas of interest. That's all I'm basing my lines off of. So we've had some good moves this morning. Our two main focuses, BTU and SG, taking off, doing his thing. And now that NINE, that's trying to gear up. NINE. 9 is trying to gear up right here and get a surge up over VWAP. But this is a risky trade, because this thing could easily flush on you. Yeah, it's not worth it. Too many halts. Too many halts. The stock got halted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It'll probably get halted right here. Yeah, you nailed it, Frank. I was having a little bit of a brain fart there. I'm sorry. I went into a deep thought. That's why it was dead air. Oh, man. SG. Let's go. SG. The nice U-shaped breakout. See, even on our 10-minute here, or even on the 3-minute, it's pretty textbook if you ask me. We had all resistance here. It was holding, but then it fell through and it ultimately came back. And then now it held this resistance right here, just built up and kept pushing. That's why you can have the right idea for a lot of moves, but you gotta focus on the big picture at hand. You can't micromanage your prices, and that can be hard for a newer trader. I mean, even me sometimes, you guys, I get punked out. It happens, but you can't let it phase you. It happens. I've got punked out many times. Yeah, did you see that video of President Biden getting off the plane and he was walking and the CIA agent pointed to where he had to turn and walk and he walked right past it? Yeah. I just pulled it up on YouTube real quick. Shared it with you guys. That shit was funny. He literally pointed. He walked right past it. It's a long walk. It was right here. Just walks right off the sidewalk into the grass. Even the CIA guy, like, what this guy doing? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Now SG, we can move our line up. Gonna probably pull back 28, build up off that, take it in levels at a time. Check back up on our BTU. Yep, this one's still got to pull back. I mean, it's hovering right at resistance, so it wouldn't surprise me. BTU continues to squeeze up. Got a lot of steady volume. And then HUSA, that's getting drilled down. This is going to be a good bounce, you guys. I'm telling you guys, look at that green line. Right at my green line. I know my levels. Look at, that's, who would have thought to draw a line right there? But that's where, if you look back, that's where the area got halted at yesterday. That's why I put that line there. So now we're pushing up off that. We're going to see a nice rip on this. Let's see here. About 1250. About right. This is what HUSA is going to rip up to. 1250. So what we'd want to see, it trended down all of this. Now we want to see it start to go sideways and build up and start to round out. Get that nice rip up. Right now it's consolidating. And you could see that with volume. Volume's retracing. So volume still has a little bit ways to go with retracing. And then once you start to see that volume spike, see, keep your technical analysis simple, you guys. You don't need to be using all those unnecessary indicators. Listen to the charts. It'll tell you what to do. Which one's the leader? We got HUSA, IMPP looks the same right there, doesn't it? And then INDO. Even INDO's trying to bottom. Could get a nice bounce on INDO, but too risky. Too risky. Volatility on this thing is insane. And then NINE. See what happened with this when we said it was gearing up right here? It was too risky. This thing flushed down to 550s, $5. Now it's trying to get a rip back up. But boom. Got a trend line there. Real quickly, let's look at what the let's see who the leader is in energy. ENSV. Here are all your top energy stocks. If you guys remember back when I was telling you, if we do go into a correction and bear market, I'm not really worried. There's always going to be something trending and moving up. This is right here proof, you guys. Energy stocks. They've been trending and popping off now for over a week and a half, 2 weeks. A lot of good opportunities, and markets have just been getting hammered. Just remember, the stock market's very trendy. There's always going to be something trending. Always. Yeah, ENSV. Another energy stock. And it's the top one on FinViz today. Number one. Up at all-time new highs. Float is 11 million. There's a few ways we can look at this and do technical analysis. Let's see. Could slap a trend line. It's pretty far gone from its trend. From down here or here. We've pulled back 50, just under 50% on ENSV. So volume's been retracing. We're up at our trend line here. Let it get over that trend line. Let it get over that trend line and then hold up above 550. Then I'd be looking for it to rip back up here at about 7. Sound like a plan? See, some people right now, they'd be looking for it to break. They'd be looking to buy right here for that break of the trend line. But it's you don't want to do that, really. You don't want to anticipate reversals, because then that's how you're trying to bottom pick. You see? And you're trying to predict when it's going to reverse. The way I look at it, let a stock prove to me that it's reversing or it's bottomed out. Let it make a first move. Because chances are, once it makes that first move, chances are it's going to continue, right? So let it prove to me. Not a lot of people think like that or outside of the box like that. They always want to try to be first to the move when you don't necessarily have to be first. Be smart about it. Be smart, but keep it simple. That's what I'm doing. See, like right here, you could buy in on this, but it hasn't broke the trend. This thing could either flush out down to the low down there at 450 and make a new low. It could quickly pop up over that trend line and be a fake out. There's too many wrong scenarios that could happen in this moment situation. And for a lot of people, it's the logical thing to do right now. I don't want to do what everybody else is thinking and talking about. Remember, 10%, guys. 10%. About 6:15. If it does rip, the bounce will be right there about just over $6. That'll be the bounce. I like that idea. I like that idea too, Frank. And it just, man, look at that. That's proof right there in the pudding, dude, that we all look at charts differently. And I want to show you guys, because this is a good example. See how I drew my trend on ENSV here? Look at how Frank drew his. And there's no wrong. There's no wrong. I just want to show this to you guys to show you. See how Frank drew his? He didn't connect what I did right here. He connected this. He's measuring this move. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. And it just goes to show you we're all going to spot something different than everybody else. That's why I try to teach you guys for you to read these charts. I don't want to read these charts for you, because whatever I'm comfortable with in trading, you may not be comfortable with, and you'll freak out and you'll screw the whole trade up. So the whole purpose is for you to find your groove, your edge. You should be the one feeling confident when you click that buy button. And then when you do make that money, man, that's a great feeling. Pulling money out of the stock market on your own, and when you made money with your own idea, that's a fantastic feeling, man. And I want to give that to you guys. That's my ultimate gift to you, is for you to make money. Hey Frank, it's like that saying we've talked about before. And this one stuck with me. Whenever you feel it's a bad time to be buying, somebody thinks it's a good time to be selling or buying. It's like when you think it's a bad time to be buying, somebody else is thinking it's a good time to be buying. When you think it's a bad time to be selling, somebody else is thinking it's a good time to be selling. Overall, in general, though, Frank, your idea would have paid out more, because yours was down here when it broke over. Mine would be right here. Check back up on our SG. Beautiful. Once again, pretty much to the T. I'm on it today. I'm on top of my game. Our next level we drew out, it pulled right back to it to the T. Pushed right up. Little nice micro pullback here. We're pushing up to our target now, 30 bucks. So this swing trade was a success. Who knows how high this thing can go? I mean, it could definitely push up 35 bucks. This is now what I see on USEG, trying not to overtrade, but setup after setup. Just scale back and protect your profits, Frank. Look at it as little wallet patterns. When the opportunity is here, definitely take advantage of them. Because look at how slow it was, and we didn't really trade anything for a minute because it was so fucking slow. So when the opportunities are here, take advantage of them, but be smart about it. Yep. So far so good here on USEG. This has got potential. Let's see. I would just say, to be safe, 1150. Right where that VWAP is, yeah. That's its bounce. It could rip up to 13, I can see. Volume sure is retracing on it, huh? Damn, it's already going on 11. Time is flying. Yesterday, we recorded a couple lessons on candlesticks. And this is a little random topic, but I stumbled across a little app. I'm telling you guys, man, I have over 700 videos on my channel. The time I put into going through all of my recordings and clipping them and editing them is so petty with time. I mean, a 20-minute video will take me an hour and a half of just sitting and editing, cutting out dead air, mistakes, and all of that. But I stumbled upon a tool, and if there's any content creators here, there's this app. Let me pull it up. I had to pay $100 for it, but it was for the whole year. And it's called Time Bolt. And you upload the video to it, and it automatically cuts out all of the dead air in your videos. I tried it with a few videos over the weekend. I was able to knock out 3 videos in 1 hour with this thing. So I have them scheduled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to drop for you guys at 2:30. I don't have to sit and edit videos for over an hour. Let's see what the bot says. What stocks are popular today? Then we can go through our screeners. All right, it looks like SPY is number 1. We got SPY, HUSA. Oh yeah, I forgot about CEI. Tesla, INDO, 9, Apple, XOM, IMPP, and MULN. There's 2 small caps, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 small cap stocks on the list out of 10. So that's 50%. Let's look at a few of those real quick. So the top is always going to be the SPY, pretty much. HUSA is number 2. This is halted to the downside. It did have a good move, though, off of our bottom here at 9. Got a nice push up here to 11. It's a nice $2 push. Now it's halted. So nice bounce on HUSA. CEI. The CEI chamber energy, it's been around forever. I was telling you guys, CEI has been around for as long as I've been trading. Yep, just a nice little bounce there on CEI. It's in the backside of its move for sure. So I'd be bearish on CEI until it breaks that trend. It's currently in the backside of its move. Or the beginning. But it could still squeeze later on. It's got to get back over that trend line. Tesla is number 4. Tesla's having a nice trend day. This could get some momentum and rip up to about 830s. Yeah. Yeah, 830s. Get a nice pop up to here. So Tesla's looking bullish. INDO. It bottomed out at 45 there. Nice push up to 55. Oops. 9. See, it's still holding that trend line. 9. It's hugging that trend line. Give it time. This thing will get a nice rip on it. NINE. It's going to get a nice good surge on it. XOM. ExxonMobil. Yeah, that stock's had a big move on it. Frank, you work in oil and gas, don't you? Has a lot of people at work been like all hyped up? Like, hell yeah, let's go. MULN. Trying to reverse. It's trying. It's still holding its trend. MULN. Gotta get over that. I think it's stalling out though. It's just about done. Got a lot going on. Oh, do you remember any of the oil penny stocks from back in your day? Did any of those get affected or have any pushes? I'm just curious. ENSV. That's trying. It could definitely... ENSV's gearing up. It could definitely squeeze up, break new highs. I'd be focused. $5 is your area. $5. I know it's $1, but in this situation, you got to focus on the areas. Ah, okay. I gotcha. Damn. Yeah, be done, dude. That's a beautiful payday, man. Be done. Be happy with that. Phenomenal job, man. That's awesome. Lucky 7. 7-Eleven. I think that's a sign you deserve a Slurpee. Awesome execution, man. Very professional. Very professional. That's what we do here. Best thing about that, man, you did that. You. All you, my dude. Oh, you know what? DWAC. I forgot about you. Look at you. Trying to bottom out there? See, we topped out here at $98. After it topped out, this thing just got drilled. No bounce whatsoever. All the way down to $72. So let's see here. Look at that downfall. Let's see the potential here on DWAC. Smaller size and slower plays. I have to have you tell me for 2 months in a row that momentum plays are dead before I adjusted. Man, that's the hardest part, is adjusting. And you have to, that's why I preach to you, be very observant of the markets. What are you seeing? And what you're seeing, you have to adjust. You have to. If you don't, you will get left behind. That's when you got to put your ego aside. And there's nothing, it's hard to adjust because our brains are wired. It likes routine. And this is where reading books and psychology all comes into it. And why a lot of people stay content in life. They like routine. So you get used to an environment and a trading strategy, and when it stops to not working, you want to get stubborn and force and force and force. You constantly have to adapt. You have to. That's why, I mean, I love this. I love it. It took me a long time to realize too, though, mistakes I was making. And dude, you're on the right track, man. I'm telling you. And as I have always said, those who stay here, you will be champions. You guys will. It's a grind. There's a lot to it. Awesome job, though, Frank, man. Enjoy it. DWAC here, you guys. This is looking bullish. Let's see the potential. We started to fall off right here. About 97 bucks. All the way down here. What's that? 83.70s? About right there. That's how far we can rip. That red line. So we'll move you. Look at that too. And man, that's like such a coincidence. We put our line here at 83.50s. I promise you guys, I was not looking at this blue dotted line. That's the previous day's close. That red line, 83.50s, is right at where the previous day's close was. This blue dotted line, about 83.50. So that's the potential I see on DWAC, how far we can rip up. So we have two things correlating to that level. That's good. Give me a quick second, guys. I'm gonna take a quick, like 5-minute break, all right? I'm gonna go dead air here. So just give me about 5 minutes, all right? Thanks for patiently waiting, you guys. So, looks like, yeah, there we go on NINE. It finally broke that trend. Got a nice surge to the upside, and it's currently halted. And then our SG is still pushing up, making new highs as it's over 30 now. USEG is getting a good bounce up. So, man, a lot of good textbook breakouts today. A lot of really good ones. As the SPY is getting beat down, but it looks like the SPY is trying to reverse. It's gearing up, looking to go red to green. Yeah, SPY get a good little bounce on it after getting drilled down non-stop. 432 all the way down here to 416. ENSV, high of day. Yep, look at that, man. Squeezing up to new highs. We called it too. Said it had potential to squeeze up, push up to new highs. Yeah, today's a very, very, very textbook easy trading day. And it's 11:11 right now. Make a wish. Awesome job, my dude. Frank, take it easy. Enjoy your day, man. Happy Tuesday. Still a whole lot of trading left in the week. Killing it, my dude. I put out that video yesterday on sectors, how to find stocks in hot sectors. Let's see. Trying to think of a lesson we can do and talk about. We was talking about candlesticks. I found a really good website on candlesticks. I'll share it with you guys in the Discord. Great website for candlesticks. I think that would be a good topic. We could talk about line charts and candlesticks. I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think, or what would you say is the benefit of using line charts? I'll ask you that. What's the benefit of using line charts? Interested to hear what you guys have to say. Can I add another car on here? No, I can't. I'm maxed out. All right. Old Army guy says line charts for larger time frames, like weekly and above. Yeah. Yeah, that's one way of you could use them. Let's take a look. Let's pull it up. So this we'll pull up the SPY. Yes, sir. I think Res Smith nailed it right on the money there. Flip over to a weekly. I don't know why it switched back. Line chart or a mountaintop chart. You're going to see a lot of people use mountaintops on like your financial news like CNBC and Bloomberg Terminal. Ooh, we got a little death cross forming there on the weekly with the 13 EMA and the 50-day MA right there. So yeah, man, looks like the SPY might be having a big downfall. That's a mountain chart. I'm looking real quick at a few stocks that USEG is still ripping up. SG is ripping up. All right, so I'll hit record. Drawing support resistance line easier using line charts. Works better with Forex though. All right, what's the benefits of using a candlestick chart and line charts? You're going to see a lot of people use line charts on your basic apps like Robinhood. I know for the longest time they were using line charts on your financial news outlets like CNBC, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance. They use line charts. Right now, right here, we're looking at a line chart on SG as this one's getting momentum and ripping up over 31 just about. Flip over to a mountain chart, line chart. The benefit of using a line chart is you can easily identify with your own eyes either bottoms, tops, trends, areas of interest. Line charts. Now, how do they plot line charts? Most charting platforms, when they chart a line, it's based off of the closing price. So here we're looking at a 1 minute chart. This stock, it can move, and then after 1 minute, the close, it'll plot the close, and then the next line will start. And then after 1 minute, it'll, wherever it's at, it'll close, and then so on and so on. So this stock can go down, make a low, come back, run up and make a new high. That's the thing though with line charts. It doesn't tell you specifically where, how low a stock went and if it held that low. And this is where candlesticks, it comes in a lot more. You get a lot more information. But line charts, they're still a very, very valuable tool to have in your back pocket. With candlestick charts, let's flip over to it real quick. Candlestick solid. With candlesticks and even bar charts, they were using bar charts before candlesticks. Steve Neeson was the one who brought candlesticks to the Western world. And everybody was using bar charts before Steve Neeson brought over candlesticks from the rice traders over in Japan. If you don't know how a bar chart works, they're color coordinated. Most of them are red and green, like your standard candlesticks. But with a bar chart, it's just like a candle. You're going to see these dashes on the left and then on the right. So with a bar chart, let me change the color of this to yellow. So a bar chart, prices are always going to open on the left with a dash. And then the prices could move up, they could move down, and then once it closes, it's always going to put a dash on the right. So it could look just like this. So you can look at it and see, okay, this price opened up here. It quickly popped up, went down, it made a low, and then it closed right here. It's a lot of work on your eyes, and it could put some strain on your eyes. This is what they used in the 90s, 80s when it come to doing technical analysis with line charts. So it's a lot more stress and strain on your eyes. Some people still use bar charts, but I would say they're more of the old timers, very old timers who were around trading from the 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. But candlesticks, it's more appealing to the eye. That's why they're so popular. And it's the same concept with bar charts. Let's switch over to candlestick solid. Now candlesticks, just like bar charts, you get to see fully. The way I like to look at it, you're looking at an X-ray image. So let's say you have a broken arm. You go to the doctor and get an X-ray to see what's inside of your arm, your broken bone. Candlesticks, they're color coordinated. You got the bodies, the full bodies. It tells you so much information. Candles, like the only difference though, so let's see, here we got a green candle. A green candle is always going to open at the bottom. And then look at it like a glass of water. It's going to fill up to the upside, and it could make a low and a high, and it's always going to close at the top. And the wicks, that's the low of that candle and the high of that candle. Now a red candlestick, they're always going to open up at the top. And look at it as if it's a glass of water, but it has a hole at the bottom of the cup. It's just an easy explanation of looking at this. So a cup with the hole at the bottom, it's going to open at the top, and all that water is going to drain out, right? So it's going to close at the bottom. And then, of course, once again, you have your wicks to the upside and to the downside. And with these wicks, it tells you the high that this candle made, but it didn't hold. And then the low that the stock went down to, but bulls were able to bring it back up. And you now have all types of different candlestick patterns, candlestick formations. There's so many candlestick patterns and formations. There's over hundreds of them. Hundreds. I would say the top 2 people to learn candlestick charting from is number 1, of course, the one who brought them over to the Western states and made them popular, Steve Neeson. Steve Neeson, followed by another popular guy. His name is Steven Bigelow. I think that's how you spell his last name. But these are the top 2 people when it comes to candlestick charting that I would learn from. These are the top 2 dogs. They've both written really good books. And the way I look at it, you guys, the more information you know, the more edge you have over everybody else. A lot of people truly overlook the simplicity and the basics of candlesticks. They look over little small details that people overlook. Candlesticks and the candlestick formations. Like, let's look at one for an example, and we posted a good website here. I'm going to pull it up. I was just on the internet and I found this. But we're understanding candlesticks. You got your candlesticks, your line chart. And we can go down here. Candlestick engulfing. You got your bullish candlestick patterns, your bearish candlestick patterns. Look at candlestick bullish. And there's also another technique that's out there. It's called Candlestick Math, where you take a combination of candlesticks and you add them together to form one candle. So let's look at a good example here. A bullish engulfing, that's a good example. And you'd want to look out for these formations on bigger time frames. The bigger the time frame, the more stronger they are. So these formations, you'd be looking out for them on the daily, weekly, monthly chart. You can look out for them on an hourly chart, 30-minute chart. But I would say when it comes down to a 1-minute chart, candlestick formations, they're not really that strong. We already know there's a lot of false signals and breakouts on the 1-minute time frame. So the bigger time frame is your best bet. A bullish engulfing. So this stock, I think they give an example. Yeah. So a bullish engulfing is something like if this stock is in a confirmed downtrend, like so here, you have your red day right here with the long wick. Bulls were able to bring prices back up. It's got a little small body on it, something like it does these last days here too. But then the next trading day, you have a huge, gigantic green candle. That's a bullish engulfing. This green candle was able to gobble up and eat this last trading day like Pac-Man. And if you really look at it, this one green day here was able to consume not one, but 2, 3, maybe 4 of the last trading days that were red on this stock. So people would be looking at this as a bullish sign that the stock is potentially wanting to reverse and bulls are starting to come in and take control. And what did the stock do? It broke its trend right here, had a nice pullback, and it continued to push on up. It's a full understanding of candlesticks, and it takes a minute to really grasp the understanding the fight that's going on between the bulls and the bears. Yeah, I seen that press release an hour ago. Joe Biden banned Russian oil. So watch for energy stocks to continue to explode. We'll look at another example with the candlestick patterns here. The morning doji star. And these are the basic candlestick pattern formations that all traders should know about. And if you guys go through and you read Steve Neeson's book, I'm going to show you which one it is, and I've made countless videos on this. If you read this book right here, Japanese Candlestick Charting Techniques, this book is going to give you and tell you everything that you need to know about when it comes to candlesticks. And I think if you're a part of this Discord here, you guys, if you scroll down into the education section, go to the book recommendation, scroll up. Let's see. I believe I have the PDF book. Yup, right here. Number 7 on the list. Japanese Candlestick Charting Techniques. Click on that link, and there you go. You got the PDF book right there for you. So it's got all kinds of great examples in here. I really loved this book, and I went and bought the hard copy of this book because it was such an amazing book. It gives you so many great examples. Like, let's look at this one right here. And as I said, you'd be looking out for these patterns, like on the daily chart, bigger time frames. So an evening doji star here is if a stock is in a confirmed uptrend, and then you get a big green day here, that's the exhaustion move. Then day 2, you get a doji. If you guys don't know what a doji is, a doji is a cross like this, a white cross. And what it is, stock prices opened and it was a fight between the bulls and the bears. For a moment, the bulls were in control. They raised it up, but then the bears came in and they took it down. They were able to take it down and make a new low. But ultimately, bulls came back in, lifted their horns, and fought prices back up. And then they closed at or near where the stock opened. So that's a doji. Consider it, looking at it like it's a tug of war and there's indecision, right? We get a gap up and it's a doji. Traders would be looking out for, hey, this could be a sign, a reversal. The next day, we get a slight gap down. The morning spike failed on it with this little upper wick, day 3, and then we sell off as the day progressed. And all the bulls jump ship, all the bears start coming in, they short the stock, and that's a 3 candlestick formation that you could be looking out for. Then you have the morning doji star. It's the opposite of the evening doji star. And as I said, these are basic candlestick formations that you should know. You should. These are the basics, you guys. And like I've said, it's about focusing and studying on the little things that a lot of people just overlook. Most people come into the stock market, what do they have on their mind? Money. They want to just start making money as soon as possible. So what do? Oh, candlesticks? They just quickly brush up on, okay, how do I read a candlestick? And they read and quickly look up on Google, okay, that's how a green candlestick is formed, and that's how a red candlestick is formed. All right, I know everything now. And then they go off And then they try to read all of these stock charts just off of that information. So the more you guys study, the more edge you have over everybody else. Because we know a lot of people out here are lazy, aren't they? They're lazy, they're content, they don't want to study, they don't want to better themselves. They just want hot stock alerts and hot stock picks. And they want to rely on somebody to make money for them. There, we got that lesson recorded. Oops. I almost exited out of OBS. Beautiful move on SG, you guys. Beautiful move. And it all comes from, I picked this up on our stock scanner. You know what? I didn't go into detail really about line charts. I'm going to do that right now. I forgot. All right, real quickly, because I forgot, we're going to jump into the benefits of line charts. We're looking at a bigger time frame here right now, currently on candlesticks, but let's take a look quickly on line charts. Now, with line charts, and we've already explained it, it's plotting a line after every close. The importance of line charts, you really get an idea of where a stock's support is, resistance, and areas of interest. You'd really want to be looking out for the V shape on line charts. So we can pull up and see here on SG, there's a lot, like when I say V's, you want to be looking out for like this, either sharp stabs up or down. That's what you want to be looking for. That's telling you that's an area of interest. Prices are getting rejected. We could see here at 33 bucks, you draw a line straight across. There's a lot of V shapes pinpointing right up to that level, right? And then as prices go down, you could see it was holding up all here. The bottom line with line charts, it's easier to identify patterns and look at areas of interest. Even here, you could see it wedged out here. And then it fell right through. So that level where it fell through, I probably would want to be paying attention to that level. And if I draw my line out, you see the stock came running back up, and look at right where it found resistance. Right? It even geared up before it exploded up over that level. It geared up, ripped up, then it was holding as support and continued to push. And now we're working our way up back to these previous levels up here. So it's the bottom line with line charts, and it's still good to use line charts. You can put them up in comparison side to side with candlestick charts and change it to a color that's easy on your eyes. What I would recommend for easy color on the eyes, I would say either, where is the line at here? I would say either white or yellow. White or yellow is what I would use. And again, this is easy on the eyes. I think statistics have proven that that's why they have yellow note paper, because when you're writing, it's easier for your eyes to adjust. So I think yellow is a natural color and easy on your eyes. And ask yourself, doesn't this look a little bit more eye appealing? And you can easily spot out patterns or areas of interest versus, now let's switch back over to a candlestick. Solid. With all the colors going on, the upper wicks, the bottom wicks, sometimes it can sidetrack you from focusing on patterns, areas of interest. So use it to your advantage is what I'm trying to get across here. It's a lot easier on your eyes, and you can identify maybe something you've missed on the candlestick chart. Don't be scared to try it. Either a mountain or a line chart. Don't knock it till you try it. All right, you guys, I'm Mr. Wolf. As I always say, have that patience, have that discipline, study, study, study. Later, guys. There, we got that done. I like that yellow. That yellow's pretty snazzy. Yellow or white is a good one too. And I'm interested to know, with you guys listening in here, did any of you guys ever try when I told you to plot on your charts Kettler channels? Did you notice you were quickly you were starting to get a feel for how stocks like to move in stages and set up with the Kettler channels? Was it a lot easier for you to identify and pick up a personality of stock, is what I'm trying to ask? Yeah, I like that yellow. Gee, I may even just leave it up here on the 10-minute. So SG moves up to a high of 32 bucks. This morning we were opening up down here at 26.50. That's a $5.50 move in 2 hours. Let's take a look here at the scans. Have you guys been trying out these screeners we created recently? You like the stocks they've been picking up? Awesome, that's good to hear, man. See, I have no problem with Street Smart Edge stock screeners. When I first started out, I thought it was all about, like, I had to have stock scanners. I gotta get alerted for these hot stocks. Nah, no you don't. See, and I'm trying to use Street Smart Edge. Let me see if it's still... Yep, I still got my trade ideas. I still pay for it monthly. I never use it. I do like trade ideas. I do. But I was trying to experiment again with Street Smart Edge and the screeners. But trade ideas, definitely. It's a handy tool to have. I love trade ideas. I think it's the best stock scanner out there, period. My bad, I had a telemarketer calling me. Alright, we'll start with the 5-day Climax sell-off. Number 1 on the list, I got SPWR. This was number 1 on the list. Solar power. EV. Followed by CHK. Wow, that's a shoot up. HFC. A lot of good trend ups. I actually like that. I like that white instead of the yellow. All right, MP having a good day. I don't see any drastic sell-offs though. Damn, that was a good one, man. Look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful chart. Starting right here, 2 days ago. It's a beautiful chart. You could see right here, the stock was trying to bottom out and it was finding all of this resistance right here. Next day, it's still trying to bottom out and it's playing at that level. And it finally got up over that level right here at the end of the day. Pulled back and it held. It held at that level. All going into the open here, and from that, just straight up. This is a beautiful chart. It's a piece of art, if you ask me. Yeah, there's just so many great examples on this thing. Prices got drilled down here. It tried to consolidate there and it fell through right there. And then here it wedged out just below VWAP. It wedged out. It got that rip out of the VWAP. And it had to hold at that level. Going into the next day, it was trying, but it just couldn't. And it fell through, but it still continued to build up from its low. It's making progress. That's why you got to stick with the stock. You got to stick with it. It's building in levels. It may take time, but it's building big picture. Once again, continues to make higher lows. Testing that level where it fell through right here. Trying to get up over it. It finally gets up over and it pulls back. And all that resistance and even that area it fell through, it held up going into today. And from that, in 39.50, gets a nice rip all the way up to 44 bucks. That's $4.50 run. It's a beautiful chart, man. Remember, every chart has a story, you guys. It's up to you to tell that story and put it together. Let's look at our 50 and 200 day squeeze. Top of the list, we got ICD. Oh man, look at this one. ICD. Look at the daily. Doing exactly as we programmed it. With the 50 day crossing up over that 200 day. Nice squeeze going on right here. Beautiful. It was number 1 on the list. Number 2, UUU. Not quite yet. It's getting there. It's trying. It's getting real tight. Look at that intraday. That's actually a let me do this real quick. I got a lot of recordings in here. Oh my goodness. What's today? The 8th. 3-8. All right, we got that. You may hear traders mention 2 terms or trading strategies or financial news may say golden cross, death cross. What are they? this example, I'm going to show you guys what a golden cross is. Normally, you're going to see this on a daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart. Remember, the bigger time frame you spot this, the more bigger the move could be. A golden cross is two moving averages, and it's the basic moving averages every trader and investor should have on their charts, because any website that you go to that offers a free charting platform, the default settings are already going to have the 50 and 200 day moving average. It's the basics. A lot of institutions and banks also like to use these on they're the average. They want to know the average cost of an instrument over time. The golden cross is when the 50-day moving average crosses up and over the 200-day moving average. So you have a short-term moving average crossing up and over a longer-term moving average. I have it plotted out here. I'm going to minimize a few of the other moving averages just to make it easier for you guys. Let's see, I'll minimize that one, the 100, the 13, just those. And then I got one more. So what we're looking at here is the daily chart. You could see here, if I zoom in the daily chart, just as a reminder for those who don't know, every one candle you see here on this chart is 1 day of trading. So zoomed out like this, we're looking back to present right now, which is March 8th, 2022, all the way back to here around May 3rd, 2021. So about 1 year of trading is right here with all these candles. And you could see, if you can see it, this little blue line right here. That's the 50-day moving average. This red line here, that's the 200-day moving average. With that 50-day moving average coming up and crossing up over that 200-day moving average, that is what we call the golden cross. I'll even type it out right here for us. That's the golden cross. You'll hear a lot of traders and investors say this name. It's a popular trading strategy that a lot of people look out for. And what's ultimately happening is, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen a lot, the stock is squeezing up. It's pushing up higher. So a lot of traders, they like to have their stock scanners or their stock screeners with the parameter set. They like to find stocks that are squeezing with the golden cross and the moving averages. And you can see visually this stock ripped up from $4 a share all the way up here to $7 a share. And it's making new yearly highs. Traders love stocks that are making new yearly highs. Now, if we zoom in to an intraday chart, the 1 minute time frame, you could see today it's been up from $5 a share all the way up to $7.50s just about. And it's been in play the last 3 days here. With you're seeing the black box, that's 1 day of trading. That's 2 day of trading. Now this is day 3 of trading, a 1 minute chart. So every 1 minute is one candle. And then I have a 3 minute chart here. And you could see there's even a squeeze forming here with these moving averages. Moving averages are very popular with traders. This is a 55 exponential moving average. And this is the VWAP, this yellow line right here, volume weighted average price. So we have a squeeze forming right here. So another cross is forming right here, and this stock could easily surge up. It's just a popular thing traders like to look out for, and I'm bringing it to your attention. Now, real quickly, a death cross is the total opposite. If you pull up the daily chart and you see that that 50-day moving average, the blue line, is crossing down and below that 200-day moving average, which is the red line, that's what they call the death cross. Or this. Death comes looming. A good example, I think we can pull up the SPY, the S&P 500, and we can look back. See, as you see right here, this is the S&P 500 ETF. It tracks the S&P 500 index. This is a popular ETF a lot of traders like to refer to when tracking the indexes. You see this blue line. It's coming right down for that red line, right? It's not quite yet, but we are forming a death cross. And when you have a death cross, let's see if we can go back. Now look at it. We'll zoom in right here because you could see that blue line crosses below that red line right there. And that's going back to 2020, back when the coronavirus pandemic hit, with the moving average crossing down and below that red moving average, the death cross, prices already went down lower. So picking up on this before the fact could have saved you from this. It's just all the way you look at the chart, you guys. And then once again, that blue moving average comes back up. Then we got a golden cross, and the 50-day crosses up and above that 200-day moving average. And look at it, prices continue to rip up to new highs. So that's a quick example of what the golden cross is and moving averages. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders and investors. Don't forget to check out my video library. I have over 700 videos in my catalog. Have a great day, you guys. I'm Mr. Wolf. Later. That was a good one. Yeah, it looks like the SPY's getting a nice little, it's still trying to potentially rip up over and get a nice rip to the upside. SG topped out at 32. DWAC is still pushing up. We caught that at the great time. Back when it was like right here, I think. That's still got a lot of good upside potential. And once again, you got your moving averages getting real tight here, potentially squeezing the stock up for a nice bounce. How did IINN play out? Ooh, yeah, that didn't end so good, did it? This thing was up in play back here. And then it just got drilled down nonstop, almost like somebody's taking their thumb and pressing down on it. Doesn't it look like that? Like so. That's pretty nasty. All right, you guys, we're just now hitting noon. I'm going to go ahead, jump off here and take a break. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, on YouTube. Appreciate it. Keep your eye out for new content about to be dropping. I'm going to try dropping daily at 2:30 p.m. So keep your eyes out for that. Be safe out there. So secure those profits when you have them. Great moves today. A lot of great moves today. I'm seeing a lot of solar EV stocks. So solar, SOL, solar power.